Hi, Bookish Angels. It's been a minute, hasn't it? It's been a minute since I've uploaded a podcast episode, and I told myself I was not going to go back down that road where I didn't upload podcast episodes, but it's been a month. It's been a month, guys. I haven't uploaded anything in May, like a full-length video in May, and I feel like very guilty about it, so we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of talking right now. So, I didn't really have too much that I really wanted to talk about that was like really important, if that makes sense, but, I did. At the same time. I wanted to talk about my bookshelf. Oh my gosh, I want to talk about my bookshelf. Now, this may seem like, what? Why are we talking about your bookshelf? Hear me out. I had this video planned last month when I redid it, but I never made this episode last month because I was too lazy. So, that means we're making it this month in May. May is really past due, guys. It's a month past due. I am. Don't kill me. But it's okay. Everything's gonna be okay, guys. I promise. Okay, guys. So I didn't like how my bookshelf looked. I had it where it looked. I had it where there were books. I hadn't read in years, or had no interest in reading. I had books that I've been wanting to get rid of for years, so I finally did it. I took down the books I didn't plan on keeping, put some Polaroids up, and decorated it. I also had to repaint my bookshelf since there was scratch paint. I only painted where you could see the wood's natural color, of course, since the bookshelf was already black when I got it. I like the color black, so of course I kept it and just paint it where the wood was showing. I had an old camera that doesn't work for a finishing touch, along with a couple of bookmarks. Which, speaking of which, I want to know if you guys know how many bookmarks I have. I want you to guess, so I'll give you a few seconds to guess. If you guess 19, you are correct. I plan on decorating it with some vines and fairy lights later on. Now, I want to give you a tour without giving you a tour, so I'll go into great detail on how it looks. I have all books from the same authors in the same area, mainly on the top shelf. So all my 𝙎𝙤𝙘𝙀𝙀, Holly Jackson, Wings of Fire, and Jenny Han books on the top shelf, categorized by author. I feel like one day I might want to color code my books, but as of right now, having them sorted out by the author's name is just 10 times more easier. I have a stamp that says Return to the Library of Maddie on it. I keep on the second shelf where I have no books for repeat authors, if that makes any sense. So basically, like, if, for example, Alison Specker books, I only have one of her books, so they're on the second shelf because I don't have multiple books of hers. I like to keep all my repeat authors on the first shelf, or any books that I plan on buying another book from them. And as of right now, Alison Specker is on the second shelf because I haven't even read Comfort Zone yet, so I can't determine if I'm going to be buying the next book, like Settle Up, but we don't know that yet. So, any books that I don't have the same author for go to the second half. As of right now, since I gave 90% of my bookshelf away to the Goodwill, the third, fourth, and fifth shelves are currently empty. Hopefully I can fill them up soon. Now, if you watch my shorts, you know I have special edition books and special edition book pre-orders, aka books that I pre-ordered that are not yet here. So, Adley Hazelwood books like Not in Love, Love on the Brain, Love Theoretically, and Love Hypothesis. And yeah, and hopefully I can get my hands on Checkmate Bride and the special edition to Loathe to Love You. I did not know they had a special edition for that book, but they apparently do, so I'm gonna have to get my hands on it. And it was a limited edition. So yeah. If it's not the normal book that's signed, it's on my bed shelf. So when I say normal book that's signed, once again, going back to Alison Specker book, I have that book, it's signed, but it's the normal paperback and the normal cover that you can get. It's literally just signed. So that Alison Specker book stays on my normal shelf because it's not a special edition. Now, special edition books go on my bed shelf, and yes, I do have a shelf on my bed, but if that makes sense. Now, I don't show it to the internet, and I don't think I ever will, but I do indeed keep my special edition books safe, and I keep the dust covers on so that way they're like perfect condition, amazing. They don't get too dirty, they don't get ruined, anything like that. So yeah. So now, let's get into what I recently read, and this is going to be our May wrap-up. So let's go to Goodreads, y'all. goodreads.com, and we're going to take a quick look at everything that I read in the month of May. And I think I also did a April wrap-up in the other episodes, so I'm going to do April and May wrap-up because you guys didn't get that much this month. And you guys also get to hear what I'm currently reading and how close I am to finishing them. I have been reading, like, a lot. Let's see, red is where we're at. So, let's see. We're gonna scroll all the way down. Okay, so the first book that I read in April was Killjoy. And I said, oh my gosh, when I tell you, this book is so page-turning. I love The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, so I just had to read the novels. Holly is such a good writer, and I could not put this book down. It is fast-paced, page-turning, suspenseful, thrilling, and such a good plot. I'm glad we get to see why Pip decided... I spelled Pip as Pop. Okay. I'm glad we get to see why Pip decided to be a detective. We didn't get to see a glimpse of why Ravi was the first person she wanted to interview. I wish I read the novella before I read the book, but it's fine because I'm satisfied either way, and I already know what happens, so I can move on to Good Girl, Bad Blood. Once again, such a good book, such a good storyline. You should most definitely pick this one up. Okay, but like, I'm not joking, this book was actually really good. Now, yeah, okay. So then, the next one is Loathe to Love You by Lee Hazelwood. I like the first two stories, but in all honesty, the last story kind of ruined it for me. I didn't like it that much, pretty boring, but overall the book is a 3.7 for me. I made individual reviews for all three of the books with honest star ratings. Then, we had Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. Which this is a spoiler alert, so skip ahead if you don't want to hear the spoilers on Love and Gelato. But I don't even think that it's yeah, it's not a spoiler. So this book was so cute, so beautiful, I loved it. I will most definitely be reading Love and Luck. The book also made me craving to try gelato. I realized they were selling them at grocery stores, and there's also like 3 gelato shops near me. Next up, we have Under One Roof, Lee Hazelwood. I love the story, 𝙎𝙤𝙀𝙧𝙀🐪 short story, the perfect book that is under 200 pages. It's really good. It's a really good story, no over-explaining, really cute, really romantic. I would really recommend this to someone. There's like a star right here. I think I put it there. Then we have Stuck to You. I like this book. I didn't expect the reason why she didn't like him. Glad everything was a misunderstanding in the end. I would recommend reading this book. Then next one, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Next one is Below Zero. This book is pretty confusing for me. I actually couldn't keep up. It was also pretty boring to me as well, but not too boring, so it resulted in me giving the book around 3 stars. Did not enjoy Below Zero, guys. Now, entering what I read in May, guys. Also, wait, we got one more thing in April. Call Me Can't Communicate. I love this manga so much, I would recommend. I read this since a friend let me borrow it in return for my friend, so, what? The return for my friend? I read this since a friend let me borrow it in return for my book, so I'm well aware the series is out of order. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Now, May is probably one of my worst reading months, guys. I only accomplished 3 books. Did you guys just hear what we did in April? April was like a whole bunch of books, and I'm really disappointed in myself because I did not read that much this month. And I just feel like it was Do Your Worst's fault, okay? I got a special edition for Do Your Worst. I had never even heard of the book, but listen, Illumicrate had a really pretty special edition. I have it right here in my hands. Special edition, it was really pretty, so I just had to buy it. I said, okay, Maddie, you have to buy this. You have to buy this copy, because if not, like, why? What's a better excuse to get a new book and read a new book than a special edition? So I could Do Your Worst and listen to the audiobook for like 50% of the book. But then Spotify, we don't know how Spotify can be stingy. Even like you're paying for premium, they still make you have this entire wait. So I'm talking about your wait limit is up. Pay $10 to listen more. Like, I thought this was included in premium, guys. Let's leave that for the non-premium members, okay? Give them a wait time, not me, not us. Don't worry, because today is my last day. It says I have 10 more hours left. So tomorrow I can be back on my game and listen to the Love Hypothesis. But I read Do Your Worst for half of this book. I've listened to Do Your Worst on Spotify for half this book, guys. It was good. The first half of the book was good. And then it started going downhill. Right before Spotify said I couldn't listen to it, it started going downhill. Picked up where it left off. I did not want to. The problem could have been solved 5-10 chapters ago. We did not have to get up to 313 pages. It could have been 200 pages, to say the least. And I get you want a plot, you want a storyline, but you're a popular author. People would have eaten it up anyways. And I felt like it just dragged on extrally because, oh my gosh. Because Riley knew how to fix it. She was like, oh, we're an enemies to lovers trope. Oh my gosh. And then she was like, nah, whatever. We're not gonna fix it now. We're gonna drag out the storyline plot and I'm gonna make, what's his name, figure all this out. And also, what's his name was being really rude. He was downgrading everybody. He was making everybody feel like he was on top of the world. How Riley was unimportant, how her career was unimportant, how she was unimportant. Like, oh my gosh. Shut up. You're not special. Okay, you're not special. I'm sorry. But I did get this 1 or 2 stars. This book was actually so boring. I can't explain the amount of times I just want to finish the book as quick as possible. After like page 200, the plot is just, no. I have no words. The male main character, Clark, that's his name. Clark got on my nerves so much. I just didn't enjoy the book that much. I didn't, okay? But guys, papers don't lie. Saved me, okay? Gave it a 5-star. It was a 5-star read. I don't know if I was giving it a 5-star because it was the first actual good book I read. Because actually, it says I finished, it says I finished this book before, which was The Accidental Pinup. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I was giving it a 5-star because it was the first actual book I was intrigued in, I was interested in, it was a good book to me. I don't know if that's why I gave it a 5-star, because it just got me out of a slump. But guys, I'm telling you, The Accidental Pinup and Do Your Worst put me in the deepest slump. Oh my gosh, I'm so upset. This book was actually really boring, over-explaining, which, slow paced and very long chapters. There was a chapter that was 30 pages. Allie Hazelwood can do that because she actually knows how to fill up the pages, but this book was filled with over-explaining. She could have explained how her coffee tastes, or what she put in her coffee for 30 minutes. The prologue was explaining all this extra stuff we didn't even find out in the first chapter, sweetie. It's called character development. It's called plot. It's called we need to rise up. And here, I'm sorry, I'm going off. I know. But it's true. That's genuinely how I felt reading this book. I was so angry. The chapters were long because of the over-explaining. This is like the over-explaining, slow-paced, and long chapters all go together. They're all one category, guys. I'm telling you, for this specific book, they're all one category. I get that there was long chapters and the book was actually interesting and it was fast-paced. Those are 3 different categories. It was interesting, one category, fast-paced, that's another category, long chapters, another category, kind of a con, but it's also, it keeps you intrigued, keeps you want to keep reading to get to the end of the chapter. This one, I'm telling you, they all work together. They're a trio. They're a friend trio. They're a friend group, friend trio, whatever. They work together in this. I'm telling you, this book was playing against me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I feel offended that I was forced to sit here to do all this. But yeah, just everything I usually hear in this book. This was no different. This one was no different. Every single time I thought I was going to start enjoying it, it went back to being boring and predictable. Yes, I started enjoying the book. They started over-explaining again. I was like, okay. Maybe it'll get fixed. No, it didn't, guys. It was over-explaining the entire book. This book actually finally got me emotional because the past 2 books I read were not it. They were not it, guys. I hated it, okay? 5 stars. Maybe Hazel did great. This book literally shocked me so much. There were so many plot twists, unexpected parts, etc. I just stopped trying to predict what would happen because I was surprised each and every time. I absolutely love this book and I can't wait for the second book in the series to come out. I didn't lie. I am excited for the second book to come out. And And Miss Hazel herself posted, and she said that it's going to be Kai Gray's brother. So that means we're going to see Esme and Kai in the second book. Chef's kiss. We get to stay in the family. Yay! We get to stay in the family, guys. We're in the family. We've been officially invited to stay in the family, live with the family, be in the family. We're part of the family at this point. We're part of the family, guys. We're part of the family. We are PARTOFFAMILY. Part of the family. I like to spell family wrong. I probably did, because I'm enraged. Now, let's get into what I'm currently reading, and then we'll finally let you guys go, because I know you guys do not want to be here. I know you guys do not want to sit here and suffer with me, guys. I know. I'm sorry. I feel guilty. I can't be you here. Okay? February 18! I'm better reading this, guys. I promise. I'm better reading this book with my mom. Me and my mom are reading this book together. Tristan Strong punches a hole in the sky. I don't even know what page I'm on, but I know it's a good book. We're less than halfway through the book, because the book is really big, so, you know, but we're like on page 200 something, and we're less than half through the book. Oh my gosh. It's a long book, guys, but it's really good. The plot is like really good. The reappearance of Rachel Price started March 22nd. You're lying. You're lying. No. We're not in March. We're in May. We're in May, guys. I started this book last week. And I'm halfway through the book. Goodreads is lying to me, guys. I don't know what went wrong. And Good Girl Bad Blood says March as well. I don't know if it's putting a date up there from the date that I put it on my TBR, like my to be read when I want to read, but this is false, because I started this month, but it's saying it started March 30th. I don't know if hypothesis, it says it was April 4th, 2024. That is the biggest lie, because I literally started that book on Sunday. Inner Jam, April 7th, that's probably true. It's probably true. Comfort Zone, April 12th, probably true as well. I have not picked up either of those books because I've been side questing, guys. I need to stop side questing and focus on what I already have in my currently reading. Okay? The Perfect Marriage, May 15th. This one's telling the truth. It's really good. And I'm less than halfway through the book. Close Call, also telling the truth, May 18th. It's mid. I'm not gonna hold you guys up, because you guys are sat here and listen to me yap. What? Yap? You guys are sat here and listen to me yap about everything that nobody cares about. But it's okay, because you guys, it's peace over here. It's peace and love. Except for Comfort Zone. Wait, wrong book. I haven't even started Comfort Zone for all the way on chapter 1. Except for the Action Open Up and what's that book called? Do Your Worst. Yes. No peace and love for either of those books. Get out of my face. You're all canceled and you're all fired. Go. Rosie the Dam, I might be giving you a second try, because I gave you more than Miss Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson. But Miss Jackson, I don't think I am, because I looked at some reviews for your other books and they're all the same, over-explaining long chapters. So, yeah, and also, Do Your Worst had some long chapters, but at least it was rage flying through me. Rage for Clark. And it was 1 star more interesting than Accidental Pinup. And I'm sorry. I'm yapping. But happy birthday, it's your birthday. You're cool. You're amazing. Love you so much. Be safe. Maddie out. Oh. Make sure you subscribe and notification bells so you guys never ever miss a video. And I'll see you all next video. Love you all. Goodbye. Hey, my bookish angels. We are back with Chaotic Book Lovers podcast. Give me 1 second. So today I want to talk about new book releases. Since we are getting them left and right along with music, we're getting like new albums and singles every single week. It's actually super duper chaotic, but also super duper amazing. And I honestly cannot keep up with everything, but it's okay. We're gonna wing it. We're gonna listen to everything before people start making music, because I didn't get my music game up because I've been listening to the same songs every single day. So I need to up my palette. Yeah, I do. But the amount of new book releases we've been having lately is actually insane. And we're also going to be doing currently reading checkup, along with discussing how special edition books are casually taking over the book community. I'd like to get started on the new book releases. That there have been so many. I have such a large list that I said we should get started. Okay, we do have a lot, so I say brace yourselves. Okay, so Spiral, which is the Off the Ice Book 2, The Road Trip Scam by Fozzie Business Book 2, Swipe Right, His to Break, Westland Temptations Book 3, Yours Unexpectedly, Murder She Sold, One Star Romance, A Drop of Venom, Game of Trust, Stealing Home, Beyond the Play Book 3, Fiery Little Thing. Then we have Dawn of Cursed Queen, Lost in the Light, Becoming Light Book 3, Second Chance Vacation, Game of Revenge, Sin With Me, The Comeback Summer, Pardon My Frenchie, Reign of Rose, The Sacred, it's either The Sacred or Scared. That's just, I put Scared down. The Secret or Scared Stones Book 3, The Quince Project, Murder Road, You with a View, Cross the Line, and Death's Obsession. Oh, we have more, right? Then we have The Riley Effect, Phoenix Cage, Night Shift, The Puck's Secret, Falling for Fury, A Dawn of Onyx, Hearth and Hexes, That Right Moment, Truly, Madly, Deeply, Tainted Love, A Ruse of Shadows, The Lady Sherlock Book 8, Kilt Trip, Skin of a Sinner, The Pursuit of Innocence, Homebound, Butterfly Kisses, Blossoming Beginnings Book 4, Fall With Me, Savor It, The R. Parr Affair, Big Shots Book 2, Of Stars and Tides, Paging Dr. Hart, Poor Decisions, Rapunzel is Losing It, Princess Crossover Book 2, A Little Kissing Between Friends, Crossroad, and that's all. If you would like the link to any of the books I just named, you have to join the Discord server, which is always linked in the description down below, and go to the book news. After you verify, go to book news, and boom, you'll be able to find it there. It's so simple. I'm being honest with you guys. It's so simple to join the Discord server and Family Book Club, because the Family Book Club right now, we're reading Love and Luck by Jenna Evans, and nobody's allowed to complain that I said we're putting them into the second book, because we read the first book as a book club, and you guys must have missed it because you guys have not joined the book club yet. So join the book club, Fable Book Club, linked in the description down below. Join it. We do so many fun things in there, and we might start doing like TV shows based off of books that we've read in the past. So you might want to get up in there. So I'd like to get started with a new book release. Oh, I already said that. So does anyone here plan on making a new Amazon purchase after that? I know that I'll be making with you. Now, for my currently readings, I do have a few. I read a lot of different books at once, and I always am reading a lot of different books at once, guys. So you can't get out of me for reading a whole bunch of books at once, because I always do, and this is something we do all the time. You guys always witness me reading a whole bunch of books at once. You guys always hear about me reading a whole bunch of books at once. You guys hear me going off about a whole bunch of books at once. It's just something mutual that we share, that we do often. It's just something we do often, something that we talk about. It's something that we can bond over, and you guys are always more than welcome to share your TBRs, your currently readings. Like, you're able to do that. You're all able to do it. I'm being super duper honest with you guys, but I'm currently reading 7 books. So my current reads are The Love Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood. I am somewhere in between that. Close Call, Coastal Rivals, number 2. I didn't know there was a number 1, guys. I will be reading number 1 after I finish number 2. I don't think the stories are connected, though. This is by Keith Stephens. The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. Comfort Zone by Alison Specca. Inner Jam by Kate Canterbury. Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. And Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky by Kwame Mabalia. And last episode I said how I had already talked to you guys about the books that I finished reading, but guys, the day after I filmed that, I finished another book. That was my last book that I finished in the month of May, and it was The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. So here is my rating. I gave it 5 stars because this story was absolutely positively amazing. I love Holly Jackson's books. So spoiler alert, because there are some spoilers included. So yeah, Holly is an amazing author. I love her book so much. This book was amazing, plot twisty, page turning, and suspenseful. I'm sad we don't get Ash and Belle getting together at the end. Really wish it would have happened. Guess not all dreams come true. They made an amazing dream team duo. Sad it ended that way. For some reason I feel kind of sad for the grandpa, forever calling for Charlie, but he's never going to be there again. We also need to apologize to the grandma. She tried to warn everyone. Also, Charlie was a very good liar. He was a really good liar. Like, I actually thought for a second that, you know, that Rachel was going to be the culprit. She was going to be a killer. She was going to be a liar. You know, I thought Rachel was going to be the bad person, but it was actually Charlie at the end of the story. And that's actually crazy. Rachel was actually the good girl, the good person. But I feel like we're going to get a book number 2. It's gonna be like the reappearance of Charlie Price or something, and like he's gonna come back from the dead, and like literally, because we know Rachel was never dead because the grandpa never killed her, but we literally, she said how Charlie came back alive after, you know, all that happened, and then we had him come back alive, and then Rachel said she had to re-kill him because he came back alive, and that was not part of her plan, their plan that they made together, their pact. So I actually really did think that was what was going to happen there. Now, the main topic that what everyone's been waiting for: how special edition books are slowly taking over the book community. Now, don't get me wrong, I love some special editions, like love these special editions, but they are taking over, slowly but surely, most definitely. That's all I see now. Special edition books with my free page, they're so cute, especially with the cover and page and sprayed edge art. I have ordered me around 4 𝙎𝙤𝙬𝙀𝙀 special editions, and I own the Do Your Worst special edition. I have 4 more Limited Crate book special editions in my cart, 2 in my Free Loot cart, and 1 in my Owl Crate cart. Now I'm on the wait list for all of their special edition subscriptions. And I did actually get on the Limited Crate thing, and they emailed me, and at first I didn't see it. Then when I saw it, I had like an hour left to claim it, and then turns out I spent all my money on those special edition books, like on Owl Crate and Fairy Loot books. So the Limited Crate was a little late, y'all, but it's okay. I'm gonna try and apply for the July special editions, because I most definitely will be getting the July ones. I want the July ones if I don't get up there on that wait list. Okay. I have a problem, but can you blame me? You know, special editions are so cute. They are so pretty, and they are perfect for display. They're so cute, so creative, and they are so special. Ironic, isn't it? Especially when they're signed by the author. I have 6 signed books by the author, and I'm so careful with them. They're like the action figures to the book community. I have no problem with these special editions taking over, of course, but it's all I see. Is it just my For You page? I don't know. I'm pretty confused on it. I'm a proud special edition book supporter. If anything, they're my favorite kind of books. I'm joking. I like the ones I'm actually not afraid to even dare to look at. My only problem is, well, I'm broke, so I usually can't buy them the second they come out, and when I can buy them, they're all sold out. So I think they target the due dates towards me, to be honest, like, to be extremely honest with you. So yeah. So my go-to special edition websites are Fairy Loot, Owl Crate, and the Limited Crate UK and US. There are 2 Limited Crate sites. There's US and there's UK. I will shop on UK because the UK always has, you know, all the special stuff, but you can still pay with USD dollars because they accept it. It's just US, they have less options. So if you're ever shopping, I recommend doing the UK, and then converting the euros to USD, and it'll tell you how much the euros at USD actually costs, and it'll let you pay. So yeah. I like to know what yours are, since I'm looking for special edition book websites to get more special editions for me, myself, and I. I've also wanted to attempt to make my own sprayed edges book, since I know how to do it, so let me know if you would like to see it. And when I say this, I mean I know how to make sprayed edges, which they're not really spray, you more like paint them. So it's like you take off your desk covers. It's highly recommended you do it with a hardcover. Take off the hardcover. You take off the not the hardcover. You take off the desk jacket, wrap it in some sort of like wrap, like the cover, so that way you don't mess the actual book up itself. Then close it. Then you like paint on the edges, and then you do your design or whatever, and you let it dry. You come back the next day, you take off the thing, and you start like I wouldn't say break the spine, but it's like break the spine of the not spine. So it's like break the page spine, but it's not the page spine. So it's like you kind of crack the pages, so that way like the extra crust comes off, and then boom, you have your perfect sprayed edges. I want to do that one day, so if you guys want to see a video of me doing that, let me know. Now, we're going to end it off here. Kidding. We're going to end it off after I talk about my June TBR, so let's talk my June TBR, since it's now June, of course, so I obviously have to tell you guys my TBR, because who would I be to not tell you guys my TBR? Who would I be? I'd be someone. So I have in approximately 4 books for my TBR. I want to finish Comfort Zone by Alison Specca. I also want to finish In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. You know? I want to start The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. Hold on, is that her? Yeah, Rebecca Yarros. Try to check my bookshelf for a second. And then, I also want to start Burn for Burn by Jenny Han, and dang, I don't want to butcher her name. It looks like Vivian? Miss Vivian, yeah. And I also want to start Tempting Little Thief by Megan Brandy. That book looks so pretty. I have the alternate cover because I don't like people on my covers. I don't like having people on my covers, so I got the pretty one. It was also in a blended with the book, so you know. But yeah, and I'm saving next month's favorite book club book for next month for summer, July, because it's just like officially summer. So I'm waiting to start It's Not Summer Without You. It happened one summer. I learned to try to start Rebel Rose, and I want to do if only I had told her, and if only he had been with me. And I also want to start Not in Love, because that either comes out this or next month, and my special editions come in, so I'm gonna have to start anyways because I really want to read it so badly. So I would let you guys know what I think about Not in Love. But that's gonna be the end of this video. Don't want to drag out the episode too long since I don't really have too much to talk about. I have a video exporting right now for you guys, so it will take me a minute to edit this one after that one comes out, but it's okay, guys. It's actually, everything's fine, guys. It's my laptop takes a lot to export videos, and I don't know why. I just don't think my laptop likes me that much, because it took me hours. I've been sitting here for like the past 2 hours, and it's only at 30%, and it's only a 20-minute video, so you guys will get that when you get that, and you guys will get this when you get it. So first of all, happy birthday if it's your birthday. Love you so much. Be safe, guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and notification bell so you guys never ever miss a video. Join the Discord server linked below. Join the favorite book club, also linked below, and check out Operation Olive Branch, which is linked below. You guys can check it out down there. So yeah, love you all so much. Night out, kisses, night out, and goodbye. Bookish angels, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to the Chaotic Book Lovers podcast. Today we're going to be doing my mid-year check-in, where I basically tell you guys all the books I've read this year so far, how close I am to my goal, books that I have more physical TBR, some, not all, because I have over 100 books in my actual forever TBR, and you know, all the good stuff. I'm also going to be discussing my vlog, because yes, I am starting my blog back up, and that means I need to talk to you guys about it. And remember, join the favorite book club. We do not have enough people in that favorite book club, and we need you. We're reading so many good books, and you can actually vote on our next read. You can be a part of it. You can choose what we read next month. Just join the book club right now, because votes are up, and you have a chance. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. There's no script today because I just feel like I want this to be like as unhinged as possible. So, also, 𝙎𝙤𝙧𝙬𝙀 released Not in Love, so I need to get that tomorrow when I go to Barnes & Noble. Because, yeah, so I want to go ahead and since I have to release some other books in this category, I want to go ahead and tell you guys my current reads. Okay, so my current reads are Eleanor Park. I'm actually almost finished with that book, and I was gonna wait till I finish it to film this, but I was like, nah, why wait? Then, I'm also currently reading the Bible. The Bible is a really large thing, so it shows 0%, but I'm actually getting somewhere in the Bible, which I'm actually proud of. So, yeah, I am gonna try and finish that. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it before the end of the year, but I might, because it's 1,000 pages, and I get through 1,000 pages in a month, so I might be able to. When I say 1,000 pages a month, I mean from multiple books. If you round it all, if you like add it all up, it'd probably be like 1,000 something. Close Call, Comfort Zone, In a Jam, which I'm trying not to DNF because the chapters are so long, the words are so small, and it's so boring. The Things We Leave Unfinished, Good Girl, Bad Blood, and Tristan Strong, Volume 1. Now, as for books that I've already read, this year I've read Model Behavior, Vanish, The Perfect Marriage, The Accidental Pinup, Papers Don't Lie, Call Me Can't Communicate, Do Your Worst, Back to the Drawing Board, The Love Hypothesis, Below Zero, Stuck With You, Under One Roof, Love and Luck, Love and Gelato, Love to Love, Love on the Brain. Also, most of these are by 𝙎𝙤𝙧𝙬𝙀. Killjoy, The Reappearance of Rachel Price, Karen's Day, Melanie's Got the Boys, Brothers, Dads and Dogs, Clash, Camp, The Little Mermaid, Against the Tide, Pretty Guardian, Sailor Moon, Eternal Edition, whatever, The Tryout, Making Friends, Eva's Big Sleepover, Realm of Wonders, The Breakup Tour, I'm Glad My Mom Died. Oh, we have to go to the next page. Guys, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm going really fast, but it's just like, that's usually how I read things off. Icebreaker, Trapped, Locker Hero, City Spies, Hookie number 2, Hookie number 1, Blended, Check and Mate, Coraline, Sweet and Sour, Claudia and the Phantom Phone Calls, Chrissy's Great Idea, and the graphic novel for that, The Secret Old Clock, The Hidden Staircase, Reach for the Sky, The Semi-Jam Pretty, Posh Paris Adventure, Bride, Wicked Girls Guide to Murder, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, Spy Family, and Harry Potter. So I feel like I read about a good amount of books this month, everyone. I do want to hear what you guys read currently reading this month because, yeah. Okay guys, I'm back and I just bought this huge stack of books. And I want to count these books and I want to tell you guys the books that are on my physical TBR that I need to read. Or that I at least want to try and read. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So let's go over these books. So the first one on my stack is Burn for Burn by Jenny Han and 𝙎𝙤𝙧𝙬𝙀 Vivian. If You Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlin. If Only I Had Told Her, also by Laura Nowlin. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. Tempting Little Thief, Girls of Grayson. Is this book 1? Are there like multiple books? Is this a series? No, I'm looking at the inside. These words are so small. Oh my gosh, the words are so small. I'm gonna die reading this book. Oh, this is good. There's a synopsis. That doesn't tell me. This better be the first book in the series. I got this as the blind date with the book. This better be the first one. Tempting Little Thief by Megan Brandy. The Silver Eyes by Scott Cawthon. Rebel Rose by Emma Ferriero. This is in the realm of this is the Queen's Council series, which I've already read Realm of Wonder. So yeah. Modern Lovers by Emma Straub. A Promised Land by Barack Obama. One of Us is Lying by Karen and McManus. Hidden Figures by Margaret Lee Shetterly. Leave the World Behind by Ruben Allen. Guys. Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. And finally, Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. Yeah, I have book right here. She's making faces at me as I read these book names. And she's like, what? But yeah, guys, I'm almost finished with Illinois Park as well. This one's going to be a pretty short episode of the podcast because there's not much to talk about. I just want to check in. So you guys, like, how things are going with this year. I'm on page 261 on Illinois Park, and I plan to finish this book today because there are only 328 pages. Oh, no, because that's acknowledgements. And I never read the acknowledgements. What else? There's only 325 pages left. Wait, not left. 325 pages total. And I'm on 261. So I should finish this really, really soon. So I'm going to do a reading sprint later today. And I also plan to go live soon. So be on the lookout. And also, one last thing, everyone. I do want to go ahead and say that I joined the book club, join the Discord server. We hit 100 members. Thank you guys so much. We hit 100 members. Join the Fable Book Club. We are trying to just get 10 members in the Fable Book Club. So make a Fable account, join the book club, and read with us. Read with us, everyone, because I promise you, if we can get more members, we'll start having a lot more fun in the blank messages, blank channels. So yeah, please do read. Please do join the club. Please do join the Discord server. Check out my other links down below because I don't feel like naming them all. And let me know in the comment section down below, what book do you really want to finish before the end of the year? Let me know. Bye, y'all. Hey, all my bookish angels, it's your girl Maddie, and I'm back here with the Chaotic Book Lovers podcast. And we have actually a feature today. So I do have a guest on the podcast, and she's going to be here the entire podcast. We're going to just talk about books. And she's actually one of my best friends. We work together for Puanagi. And I just think you guys should go ahead and give a nice warm welcome to my friend Liz here. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Liz.
Hi, my name is Liz, but my real name is actually Eliza. I love books a lot. I have TikTok. You can follow me at Lizzie.12K. And you can also follow me on my Roblox, which is Angel Love with a bunch of 4 zeros and a 7. So yeah, that's me. Hi.
Period. So, Liz, I brought you on my podcast today because me and you have a lot of similar book interests and a lot of the same opinions on a lot of books. And I was like, well, I want to bring this girl on my podcast because, period, like, we might see eye to eye.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
I am glad you, said, and I want you guys to know, this was so last minute. I asked her last night, and she was like, yeah, we can, do this tomorrow. And I was like, oh, period.
I have nothing else to do.
Well, summer's here, so I guess we're all free nowadays. So, exactly. Yeah, I had the first question. Are you currently reading any books?
I am currently not reading any books at the moment. I have been going to different bookstores trying to find books because your girl can't find a book that she likes. So we're going to different bookstores to go find a book that I would like.
Ooh. Well, what kind of book are you looking for?
Well, I'm kind of looking for, I would say, I'm normally for books. I love graphic novels, but I kind of want to find a book that has to do with like African American history wise, and like a book and it's telling stories of different kids who grew up in the 1960s and what was it like, that kind of stuff. I love those type of books because you get to learn more about a person that way. So I think it's very cool.
That's actually very true. One that I have on my shelf right now that I haven't started yet is Hidden Figures. Um,
Oh, I have read some of that book. That book is actually really good, and I have watched the movie. I do encourage you watching that movie.
it's by Margaret Lee Shetterly, I think. Like it's all the
Oh,
way over there on my shelf. So like I think like
she, she's a good author. She really is.
she is. I cannot wait to dive
Yeah,
into that.
she's a very good author.
Yeah, I cannot wait to dive into that book. Like I really, really want to dive into that book.
Yes, that I 100% recommend you looking at that book. It's so educational. I think a lot of young African American women should also learn about that type of book. So I think it is very important that you read it, and it's also interesting to learn.
Yes, I definitely I would agree, especially since it's like I don't know if it's necessarily an autobiography. Maybe it's just like a normal biography explaining things from like past and culture. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
So like what was the last book you read and what did you rate it? Like how good was it?
What was the last book I read? Um, you know, that's a good question. This has been a minute. Um, I think the last book I read, oh, it's called Piercing Me Together. Um, it was by this lady, and it was talking about this girl, who is going through a difficult life because she considers herself to live in like the ghetto. That's what she considers it as. Um, and this was more during the 1960s, of course, when um it was segregation was still around a little bit. Um, and this girl is trying to learn more about getting a good job and having a bright future. And so she goes through different mentors to bring her life together. And she had joined a lot of Black groups in order to learn about herself, her culture, and how the way revolves around people like her. So it's a very good book. I recommend reading it. It's really like you really get to learn in depth other about other people, especially in African American history. That is very important. Um, and her mom talked about how she lived a hard life and she works 9 to 5 and working as a maid, working at restaurants. Um, so I think um, she's trying to find different ways to put food on the table, trying different ways to make money, and she wants her daughter to live a good life, but she doesn't. It's this one specific job that this girl wanted to do, but her mom doesn't think it's gonna put food on the table or pay the bills. So she's trying to find ways to help her mom out, but she also wants to follow her passion. So that book is basically encouraging people to go after your dreams. At least give it a shot. Don't stop when it gets hard. Keep going. Don't keep going until the very end because you never know how far it might get you.
Hold on, hang on 1 second. Hold on. Okay.
That was a
So
very
that
long
actually
pause.
sounds like a very good book. And I think I might have to put that one on my TBR. Like I might have to get that book because that sounds actually really interesting. Is it based off the true stories like fiction?
It's historical fiction.
Oh, period. Usually I don't like
But I mean,
historical
it's probably
fictions.
happened to other people in certain different ages. I'm pretty sure it probably happened to other people. We never know.
Very true. I usually don't read historical fictions, but the way you described it makes it sound so interesting. So I might have to put that one on my TBR. That
Yes,
one might be.
it's really good.
I literally right before like we started filming, I was reading Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, which is the second book in the Good Girl Guide to Murder series. And I'm literally on the last chapter, and like it went like from dark to really sad really quick. I'll just say
Oh
that. And
wow.
I can't say too much because everything that makes this so good refers back to the first book, and it will spoil the first and the second book. So, but the
Mm-hmm.
book is so good. Like the plot twists are plot twisting.
It's just stirring the pot.
Yes. Like honestly, I have been in the most major thriller book mood because I went to the library the other day with my friend, and I literally got One of Us is Lying, The Reappearance of Rachel Price, Murder Trending, and Liar's Beach, which are 4 thriller books, and I only got like 3 romances, I want to say. And I've been in a major thriller era right now.
Yeah, I totally understand. That sounds like a really good book.
It is. I'm so sad because the book is almost over.
Oh yeah, we hate when certain books come to an end because you want to learn more about it. Like,
Yes, I'm
give
wondering
me
what
more.
happens after. But thankfully, there's a 3rd book, so I need to go get that. But I don't know where people expect me to get this money from because Barnes and Noble is expensive, and because there was there was a book that I got from Barnes and Noble, Love and Luck, which is the second book in another series. Got it for $10 there, but if I went on Amazon, I could have got it for $5. But I
Oh,
was like, I just like
love
the
a good bargain.
yes, but sometimes when Amazon sends them, they send them damaged, and it's like, I like being in Barnes and Noble and being able to choose the perfect copy for me. Like,
Yeah,
like, yeah.
yeah.
So, did you do you have any books that you really, really, really want to read, but like you haven't started yet, or you don't have the time to, or like you haven't seen anywhere you could get it?
Um, I have looked at some books that I've wanted to read. Um, we've talked about this prior before. If you know the author of Icebreaker, then you definitely know who I'm talking about. Um, I have wanted to read Wildfire, and that's the one I wanted
I mean, period.
to read.
Period. Period.
And that's on period.
And that's on double.
But
That's on triple period.
I kind of also want to talk about this topic a little bit because I think it's not talked about enough. So in schools, they have books, and of course, there's some books that are banned in certain libraries of certain schools, but most of the libraries are banning history books, not just any history books. I'm talking about African American history books. And I feel like that's very like unacceptable at some point because I feel like they're trying to get rid of history. They're trying to shove away history that people don't want to talk about. But then also too, they put the Black history books at the bottom of the shelf where people don't even like that. They put that at the bottom purposely so people don't have to go down there and read it. It needs to be on the higher shelf. Like people need to open their eyes and see it because at some point that it's gonna have to be revealed either way. It doesn't matter. But people keep shoving it under the carpet and not wanting people to know about certain stuff. Like people need to know about that. People need to know what history is going on. People need to know what was life like. And I think that's important for kids now and for people like older than us need to know about, and they probably don't even know about it. So I think people need to learn about African American history a lot. I know I'm talking about it a lot, but it is so important. I could you not. It is so important that people need to know about this stuff because this will affect our future and affect the next generation. So I just wanted to clear that because I think that is very important.
I agree, and I've seen that happen not just in school libraries, but like really a lot of libraries that I go to now. It'll either be at the bottom of the shelf, or they'll put it in the way back of the history section, even if it's not in the alphabetical order that they usually keep stuff in.
Right, right. It's very upsetting why people would just do stuff like that. Why don't you put it higher? Like, are you ashamed that we're gonna find out about it?
Because we're gonna find out one way or another.
They're gonna find out either way. So I don't really care if you're ashamed about it or not. We're gonna learn about it, and it's important. So it's best if we learn about it. You can be ashamed all you want, but that does not mean that we can't read it.
Plus, the internet exists now. The internet exists now. So if you're worried about people learning it, then it doesn't change a thing. Because if one person gets curious and they can't find it at the library, they're going to go to the internet. The internet's going to be their next best bet. Amazon is going to be their next best bet.
Go to them bookstores. Try. You're going to find anything. You're going to dig down deep just to find out what you want. It's hard. It really is, honestly. But that's why we need to put those types of books up on the top shelf where they belong with the rest of the history books.
Period. And you're speaking a lot of truth. Like, I don't think I've ever talked about this on my podcast before, and I feel I really need to, but, like, at the same time, it's like every time I go to do it, I always forget instantly about it, which isn't a good thing. But like I told you before, I'm not big on like history books, but like I acknowledge it's there, and I'm appreciative for it for other people. I'm not big on history books. I'm more like the thriller, romance type person. So it's like I feel like I should be talking about it, but it's like I don't know enough to talk about it, and that's my only problem.
Yeah, everybody has different types of interests in books. Some people might like, for you like thrillers and romance books. Like for me, I like history books and graphic novels. But, everybody has different books. But you have to like pick at it a little bit. Get a little taste of different types of books, and you might never know. You might find a book that you actually like, and it might not be according to your taste. You never know.
I agree. Like the book you were talking about earlier, it sounded so good. And you were like, oh yeah, this is like historical fiction. I'm like, wait, did you just say historical? And I'm like, wait, because look, that kind of sounds good.
Yeah, it's really something. I think it would be so fun for people to learn about, even if it's historical fiction or non-historical fiction. Either way, you're still reading about history. Either way.
Yeah. I feel like, Liz, I can learn a lot from you, girl. I learn a lot from you every day. Like, when we're filming, to like, when we're just talking, when we're just chatting, it's like I learn a lot just specifically from our conversations. And I feel like that's also a good reason that I brought you on my podcast, because you help people learn so clearly without it being confusing. I feel like I just said the same thing twice, but I said so clearly without it being confusing. That kind of was confusing.
It's okay. I learned a lot from you as well, learning the different things. See, like, when I first learned about you, I did not know that you liked books. That was the first thing. I had no idea until I learned some people need to learn to talk to people. Try to know them a little bit. You can talk on certain topics, like, try to make things interesting. It might not think it might be interesting. You learn a lot from people. You just have to take the time to listen.
But I do think we're going to go ahead and what am I saying? I think we're going to go ahead and end off the episode here. Did you have any other words that you wanted to say before, we did the outro?
Words of motivation. Try. Try, because you never know where it's gonna take you. That's your inspirational vitamin for today.
Well, thank you for our special inspiration, Liz. I think we're gonna go ahead and end off here. So thank you, my bookish angels, for listening to another episode of the Chaotic Book Lovers podcast. I'll see you all whenever I see you all, because I usually just upload random episodes in the most random parts of the day. But that's okay. But that's the end. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. Be safe out there, because the world is crazy, as we all know. So thank you all for listening to the episode, and I guess I'll see you guys whenever I see you. Okay. Hey, all my bookish angels. Welcome back to the Chaotic Book Lovers podcast. And I know we literally just had to feature last episode, but I'm here with my sister. Say hi. I'm here with Brock. What you just do? We're here with Brox. And I want to know, what was the last book you read?
Warrior Cats.
Which one? They can't hear you.
I don't know.
Okay, so what's the book you're reading right now?
Midnight.
What?
Midnight.
Warrior Cats Midnight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's the book that you want to read?
I don't know.
You don't want to read Hookie 3?
No.
Why?
That thing boring.
What, Hookie? So then why'd you get both books?
Because I thought it would be good.
It is good. Stop! Stop! My breath. Okay.
Well.
So the last book that I read was Close Call by Keith Stephens.
Who's Steph?
And also I read Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. And then I also read Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. It's my bookshelf. And a book that I want to read is... What are you doing to me? Is Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood.
Ew.
You're a hater!
It's called hate.
Love you!
I don't even know what I said.
I don't know what you said either, but you just baby. So, what's the book that you hate? Why are you so close? What's the book that you hate?
Yours.
What? What's the book that you love?
Cookie.
What's that book?
Warrior Cats.
You good? You dying? Well, the book that I hate is yours. Oh,
I didn't make a book.
oh.
Well, I did, but I didn't. I'm confused.
Oh, I did actually like that book. Never mind. Your big back is gonna kill me. And and then a book that I hate is Icebreaker that you keep showing me at Barnes and Noble. And a book that I love. You good? You just sat here and died. And then a book that I love is the fact that we went over 5 minutes.
What we're saying is, so don't forget to subscribe and like to Brox VR7 at Brox VR7. Everybody totally. Just kidding. Don't. Everybody unsubscribe to Beside the Bookshelf, but please don't. Please just don't unsubscribe to him. And yeah. Guys, I want to say But hopefully you have a great time on having a great time. I don't know what to say. I don't even know our outro, so I want to say bye. And it's been over minutes. I don't even know how 16 minutes. Hold on, let me see. Oh, it's not been 7 minutes.
Hello, my bookish angels. Welcome back to the Chaotic Book Lovers podcast. And today I'm going to be telling you all my July TBR. And we're also going to be doing a reading wrap up for the month of June. So I think I want to start off with my reading wrap up, stating all the books that I read in the month of June. I read a lot in June, a lot more than I did last month, and I'm really proud of that because, well, a lot more than I read in May, which I'm really proud of that because I didn't read a lot in May. I feel like May was one of my months where I just was I wouldn't say in a slump because I did get a lot of reading in, but it was like my worst reading months. So in the month of June, I read Love and Luck by Jenna Evans Welch, and I said this was a cute little story. I thought there would be more chemistry between Rowan and Addie, but I guess not so much. I like how we get to see Lena's best friend. The plot and storyline is fine, but I did get bored of the long chapters will also work for me. I overall gave this book 3 stars. The Love Hypothesis gave this book 4 stars. I wrote, this book was actually so good, crazy to think this was her first book. Ally Hazel was such a talented author. This book was funny and had me screaming, dancing, laughing, smiling uncontrollably. It just had everything you need for the perfect light-hearted, fun, fluffy romance, And I want to pause it right here because I do have a book blog. I don't think anybody really knows this, but if you check my description, you'll be able to find it. But yeah. Then I did The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. This thriller was amazing. I enjoyed it so much. The suspense, the plot twist, etc. It was page-turning. I would definitely recommend this book to anyone. Give it 4 stars. It wasn't really a thriller to me. I don't know what you would call this, but it was more like, oh, well, this is happening. So, what's going to happen next? It wasn't on the edge of my seat, scared for my life that something's going to happen to a character or something, you know. Read Eleanor and Park. These have major spoilers, so you might want to plug your ears. The major spoilers. I blame my friend for everything I'm going through right now. I've been cried over a book in 4 years, and I've been crying for hours on end. The book should have ended like that. It started so upbeat and happy and ended off so dark. It should have got the happy ending. It wasn't fair. Only Eleanor's mom actually cared. My mom makes it seem like she does, but think about it. Choose her love life over the safety of her kids. Abandoned her child for a year, threw her down the stairs, made her fear for her, made her fear for her life. Her mom was always crying, complaining, yelling and scolding and lecturing Eleanor, but I never actually let her have a life. She knew how uncomfortable Eleanor was around Richie, whatever his name was. But she said she had to suck it up and accept her as her father. Her mom made me so mad. So much in this book. I also read Model Behavior by Sierra Spencer. This one was an arc. I got this before the book came out to review it and to read it before the book came out to, have some reviews up there. But I said I'm mad. I'm mad because this book is over and I'll be back in a slump because I don't have hockey romance that I can compare. Let me first start off with the basics. This is a fluffy hockey model romance, if that's even a trope. It got me out of a huge slump, and now I want to read more of her books. It should be a crime to do me like this, and all the readers like this. It may not be highly rated to some others, but to me, this book was everything I needed and more. Liam had me wishing I had a book boyfriend, and Serena was just an overall icon the entire book. Avery and Haley are the best friends we need in life, and Bea is the mother figure we all need. I like how Sierra hits some good topics that can be still covered up as light and fluffy at the end of the day. If I was reading anything for the short time I was reading this book, it was this. I think that's all I have to say, and I gave this book a 5 stars, and I forgot to tell you guys what I gave Eleanor Park. I gave that one 5 stars, and Eleanor Park is by Rainbow Rowell, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Meow by a novel by Sam Austen. This book just contains only meow, that's all it says. It's but I put meow, 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 meow as my review, because we're ready. And then the last book I read in the month of June was what? No, seriously, what did I just finish? I always say that Holly Jackson is a genius, and that's all that needs to be said. because it's true. Holly Jackson is a genius, and it had me think about this book for a while. I'm not gonna lie to you. So now I want to go over my TBR. Let's go ahead and count my books together, shall we? I have all my books right here, but I also have one book which I also have two other books. They're not on my physical TBR because they are arcs. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have a total of 11 books that I want to finish this month, and not including the ones I'm already currently reading. But I feel like I could get through at least half, at least 6 of my TBR, but I want to give myself a challenge. So, first of all, I have It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. This book is actually our book club book for the month, so I know I will be finishing this one. Yeah, so it says, Piper Bellinger is fashionable and influential, and her reputation as a wild child means the paparazzi are constantly on her heels. When too much champagne and an out-of-control rooftop party at land, Piper and the Slammer, her stepfather decides enough is enough, so he cuts her off and sends her to her sister to learn some responsibility, running their late father's dive bar in Westport, Washington. Piper hasn't even been in Westport 5 minutes when she meets big birded sea captain Brendan Taggart, who thinks she won't last a week outside of Beverly Hills. So what if Piper can't do math? What? She can't do math? Oh, we're doomed. So what if Piper can't do math and the idea of sleeping in a shabby apartment with bunk bed gives her highs? What? You're joking, right? Bunk beds are not that bad. I actually quite enjoy bunk beds. I quite enjoy bunk bed. That's actually that's crazy. I got this one as a blind date with a book, by the way, so I didn't specifically order this one. Usually I know what I'm getting into when I order books, but this was a blind date with the book. And I got this whenever I posted that Taylor Swift 1989 blind date with the book thing. That's what the book that came inside of it was. And I know nothing about this, so I'm really going in blind. How bad can it really be? She's determined to show her stepfather and the hot, grumpy local that she's more than just a pretty face. Except it's a small town, and everywhere she turns, she bumps into Brendan, the fun-loving socialite, and the gruff fisherman and polar opposites. But there is undeniable attraction simmering between them. Piper doesn't want any distractions, especially for a man who sails off in the sunset for once at a time. But she reconnects with her past and begins to feel at home in Westport. Piper starts to wonder if the cold, glamorous life she knew is what she truly wants. Elliot's calling her name, but Brendan in this town full of memories may have already caught her heart. I feel like I might like this one, but she cannot do math? Are we serious? She can't do math? This might be a book I might end up annotating. I've recently started annotating books, and I actually quite enjoy it. Then we have Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. There's no. Oh wait, that's up on the inside. This is a hardcover. I always have it words in the back, and I was like, "Where's the summary? This is just reviews." It's a hardcover. You're not going to find the summary on the back. It's on the inside. When two young rival journalists find love through a magical connection, they must face the depths of in a war between gods to send their fate forever. After centuries of sleep, the gods are warring again, but 18-year-old Iris Winnow just wants to hold her family together. Her mother is suffering from addiction, and her brother is missing from the front lines. Her best bet is to win columnist promotion at Oath Gazette. This looks like, is this a fantasy? This is a fantasy, right? I got this at the library. This is a fantasy, right? I think it's a fantasy. To combat her worries, Iris writes letters to her brother and slips them beneath her wardrobe door, but they vanish to the hands of Roman Kit, her cold and handsome rival at the paper. When he anonymously writes Iris back, the two of them forget a connection that will follow Iris all the way to the front lines of battle for her brother, the fate of mankind and love. Divine Rivals is an epic enemies to lovers fantasy novel filled with hope and heartbreak and unapparelled power of love. So it is fantasy, but it's also enemies to lovers. I will be reading it. The next one is Liar's Beach. I actually don't know anything about this book. I got this at Barnes & Noble, and sometimes you go to Barnes & Noble and you go to the cafe, they'll have like if you get like a cafe item and you get this book, you can get this book for like a certain price. And this one was like $5, and I was like, oh, it looks good, let's get it. And my friend was like, are you sure you know nothing about this book? And I'm like, it's fine, it's a discount. Like usually we end up there for like 15, so let's get it while it's $10 off. She's like, okay. So this is Liar's Beach, by Katie Cotugno. And it says it's a cool summer, so let's see what the synopsis is. Sun, sand, and sinister secrets. Lyndon knows he doesn't belong in the elite Martha's vineyard, but when his prep school roommate Jasper invites him to spend the end of the summer at Augie's house, his family's massive beachfront estate, Lyndon tries to fit in. It's not hard after all. He's been lying for years, and he's not the only one. Everyone at Augie's house is ready for a weekend game, so when someone is found unconscious, unconscious in the pool after a night of partying, it's quickly labeled an accident, but Lyndon begins to wonder. As does Holiday, Lyndon's childhood friend. No. We're done. Who names their child Holiday? Okay. As does Holiday, Lyndon's childhood friend, and the only person on the island who knows the truth about his humble background. There's nothing Holiday loves more than a mystery, and she's convinced there's a killer on the vineyard, and now it's up to them to figure out who. Ooh. This looks like thriller romance, or like a thriller with a romantic subplot. So it's like a good girls got murder type shit. Okay. Then we got hashtag murder trending by Gretchen McNeil. Kill post repeat. Okay, at Dr. Fusion Beat Bop, some 17-year-old chick named 𝙎𝙤𝙬𝙀 was just sent to Alcatraz 2.0 for killing her stepsister. So how long do you think she'll last? Morris David 72195. I hope she meets her justice. She'll get what's coming to her. Blah ha ha ha. At Elton John Forever's. Me, I think Dee's innocent. I hope she can survive. Welcome to the near future, where good and honest citizens can enjoy watching the executions of society's most infamous convicted felons streaming live on the Postman app from the urbanized prison island Alcatraz 2.0. When 17-year-old 𝙎𝙬𝙀, I don't know how to say that, bro. Wakes up lying on the ground of a dimly lit warehouse, she realizes she's about to be the next victim of the app. Knowing hardened criminals are getting a taste of their own medicine in this place is one thing, but Dee refuses to roll over and die for a heinous crime she didn't commit. Can Dee and her newly formed posse, the Death Row Breakfast Club, I love that, prove she's innocent before she ends up wrongfully murdered for the world to see, or will the Postman's cast of executions kill them off one by one? Oh my gosh. I think I might like that one. Then we have If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlan. If he had been with me, everything would have been different. Autumn and Finn used to be inseparable, but then something changed, or they changed. Now they do their best to ignore each other. Autumn has her boyfriend Jamie and her close-knit group of friends. Then it's become that boy at school that the one everyone wants to be around. That still doesn't stop the way Autumn feels every time she sees Finn cross paths and the growing nagging thought that maybe things could have been different. Maybe they should be together. And as time passes, Autumn realizes she might not get another chance to make things right before it's too late. My friend read, it was either If He Had Been With Me or If Only I Had Told Her, and she said it was really sad. And I think both books are just two different perspectives. So that means I have to hear this gut-wrenching story twice. Oh my gosh. Okay, speaking of which, we have If Only I Had Told Her, also by Laura Nowlan. And I don't know which order this is supposed to be in, but I know this is either the first or the second book in the series, but I think this is two different perspectives. I don't know where I can... Wait, okay, this was published in 2024. Oh my gosh, the age gap! Not the age gap, the publishing gap. Okay, so If He Had Been With Me with the first one, it was published in 2013, and then Finally Had Told Her, published 2024. This is the second book. Okay, so I have to read If He Had Been With Me first. So if only I had told her, you are now in. If only I told her that I loved her years ago, then I wouldn't be here now. Finn has always loved Autumn. She's not just the girl next door, his mother's best friend's daughter. She is his everything, but she's not his girlfriend. That's Sylvie, and Finn would never hurt her. So there's no way Autumn could know how he truly feels. Jack, Finn's best friend, isn't so sure. He's seen Finn and Autumn together. How could she not know? And how is she supposed to support and protect Finn when heartache seems inevitable? Autumn surrounds herself with books and wants to write her own destiny, but one doesn't always get a new chapter, and fate can be cruel to those in love. Told through 3 different perspectives, If Only I Told Her is a love story brimming the truth, tragedy, and unexpected bonds that heal us. Oh my gosh. I ain't gonna be crying this month. I mean, I might as well, because Eleanor and Park ruined my 4-year streak. So I might as well. Then I have Burn for Burn by Jenny Han and Sobian Vivian. Lilia, Kat, and Mary are not friends. In fact, they barely know one another, but a chance encounter in the girls' room proves they have something big in common. The girls have all been hurt by a bully, an ex-friend, and almost boyfriend, and now they want payback. They hatch a scheme to work in secret to help each other right the wrongs, forget waiting for karma, then taking matters into their own hands. I mean, period. Best friends, that's like it's not a romance, but I feel like the trope is like friendship while trying to get revenge, which I think is like literally what the synopsis just said. Then, oh my gosh, I'm so excited! I cannot believe I'm holding this book in my hand, and I have the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, which has the art on the inside. Oh my gosh, Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood, and she just announced Deep End, so I need to pre-order Deep End or figure out how to get on the ARC team because I really, really, really want to read the book. And I really, really, really want the sprayed edges, and then I want the normal edges. I need both the sprayed edges that you can only order only online. I need the one that you can buy without the sprayed edges. I need both of them. Oh my gosh. But Not in Love is what we focus on right now. A forbidden secret affair proves that all fair is all that's what? Okay. Let's try this again, Maddie. A forbidden secret affair proves that all is fair in love and science. Was that so hard? No, it shouldn't have been so hard to say. Okay. Can I talk? I can't. Ruth Seeger Ruth Seeger might not have it all, but she has enough. A few friends she can always count on, the financial stability she yearned for as a kid, and a successful career as a biotech engineer at Klein, one of the most promising startups in the field of food science. What's food science? If it means I can taste as food, sign me up. Oh, who said that? Her world is stable, pleasant, and hard-fought, until a hostile takeover and its offensive, attractive front man threaten to bring it all crumbling down. Eli Kilgore and his business partner If I could just do one sentence without stumbling and fumbling over my words, that'd be nice. Eli Kilgore and his business partners want Klein, period. Eli has his own reasons for pushing this deal through, and he's a man who gets what he wants, with one burning exception. 3. The woman he can't stop thinking about, the woman who's off limits to him. Why did I stamp? No! Why did I stamp? Okay, we're not talking about that right now. I'm not talking about this book. I'm talking about the next book. Okay. Let's try this again. The woman he can't stop thinking about, the woman who's off limits to him. Torn between loyalty and undeniable attraction, Rue and Eli throw caution at the lab and boardroom windows, their fair secret, no strings attached, and husband in the deadline. The day of one of their companies prevails, but the heart is risky business that plays for keeps. Okay. Ooh, I'm so excited. And then the next book we have is Leave the World Behind by Rumen Alam, which is the author of Rich and Pretty, which I haven't read, but that's just what it says. And I stamped it. I usually stamp books after I read them because sometimes I don't like the books and I try to give them away, but unless they look really pretty on my shelf. And this one doesn't have like the most satisfying cover. I didn't get the cover. I didn't get the paperback, which the paperback has the people on it. I have got the hardcover, which the hardcover has the pull on it, but it's not one of my favorite covers ever. But it's okay because I watched the movie first because I didn't know it was a book. Until I researched the movie. And I stamped it. But I don't know if I'm going to like the book more than the movie. And I don't want to give the book away. But I've stamped it. So now I don't have an option. I don't have a choice. But it's okay. Let's calm down. Amanda and Clay head out to a remote corner of Long Island expecting a vacation. A quiet I talk. A quiet reprieve from life in New York City, quality time with a teenage son and daughter, and a taste of the good life and luxurious home they've rented for the week. But with the late night knock on the door, the spell is broken. Hold on. This is bothering me because the desk cover trying to slip off while I'm reading it. So I'm gonna need y'all to calm down. I need this book to calm down and stop torturing me because I know the book is having fun. Okay. But with late night knock on the door, the spell is broken. Ruth and Jean, an older couple who claim to own the home, have arrived there in a panic. These strangers say the sudden blackout has left New York with nowhere else to return. They come into the country in search of shelter. What? In search of shelter, but with TV internet down and no cell phone service, the facts are unknowable. Should Amanda and Clay trust this intruding couple, and vice versa? What will happen back in New York? Is the vacation home isolated from civilization truly a safe place for their families? And are they safe from one another? Suspenseful and provocative, however we say it. Raymond Alam's third novel is nearly attuned to the complexities of parenthood, race, and class. Leave the World Behind explores how our closest bonds are reshaped and unexpected new ones flourish in a moment of crisis. Well, that's the first thing. It says that these are a couple, but in the movie, they are father and daughter. When did the book get published? Because I don't see it. Oh, 2020. Okay, now, oh my gosh, it's looking at the best cover again. No, no, no. What is this dot on the bottom of the page? Okay. Now I have ARC copies to books, and I want to give you guys a synopsis. You guys can pre-order them if you like, and I've already started one of them, so yeah, but one of them is Broken. Why is Fable sending me emails? Fable. Fable, that's not your job. Okay. I'll try this again. So one of the arcs I have is Broken Pieces in the Wendy Billionaire series, which is book number 1 by Yen Kuros. And I think this is her first book, and I'm not halfway into it. I'm like on page 70, and it's so good so far, and I'm loving it so much. So Aria, my life's nowhere near perfect. Sure, being a top curator in the industry should be a big deal, but it's like walking on a tightrope between my true passion and trying to pick up the broken pieces in my life. Then there's Damian Romano, the source of my frustration. He's arrogant, self-centered, ruthless businessman. He's an arrogant, self-centered, ruthless businessman. Yet the more time I spend with him, the line between his true self and the facade he presents to the world blurs. I hate it. Hate not knowing who the real version of him is. I hate everything about him. I hate everything about it. Everything but him. Damien. My life's a chessboard of calculated moves. It's how I've thrived, after all. The world sees me as a cold, self-centered businessman who's got it all figured out. Little do they know, it's a carefully crafted act to shield the broken pieces of my life that I've been desperately trying to piece together on my own. Then there's Arya Petrov, the source of my undoing. Her fire, kindness, and dedication starts breaking down my carefully crafted walls. The more time I spend with her, my control unravels, yet I can't seem to stay away from her. I hate it. Hate not being in control. Hate that she's the exception of the rules I set. I hate everything about the chaos she brings. Everything but her. And I love how in the synopsis it says the title twice, and I'm in the book, and we've already said the title, Broken Pieces. So, oh my gosh. And then, so yeah, that's Broken Pieces by Yen Kuros. Make sure you go ahead and get your pre-order copy. So yeah, actually it's not an arc. Sorry. So I have 10 books, because the other one wasn't an arc. It was just I got to receive updates on unreleased books from that author. So yeah, I have 10 books this month that I want to try and accomplish and finish, and hopefully I can get through at least 5, maybe 6. For sure, I know I'm gonna finish It Happened One Summer, Not in Love, because I'm buddy reading these. I'm buddy reading Not in Love with my friend, and It Happened One Summer is the group. Oh my gosh. I know I'm gonna finish Broken Pieces because I need to send in my reviews for that and make my blog posts, reminders to go check my blog out. But everything else, I feel like I just gotta wing it and see if I go off track. There were a few other books that I feel like I should have chosen that I could have done to get me out of a slump. But I am gonna read this one where it's like Who Moved My Cheese because it's 70 pages. So that's not really something I'm prioritizing. So I didn't put it on my TBR, but it's only 70 pages, so I might read it. Um, and I like when books look thin, like extremely thin, but they're like 200 something pages. Like, for example, 𝙬 Hazelwood, it's like 300 pages, but this looks so thin. And then It Happened One Summer is 300 pages. They're the same amount, but they're smaller. Because on one hand, for one, the pages are like longer. If that makes sense, like the book is bigger, like wider. I don't know if I'm making any sense. So, like, there's more room to put words, but also the words are smaller, so it leaves a lot of room. Oh my gosh. But yeah. Anyways, you guys just sat here and listen to me yap, 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 and I know you guys have better things to do than listen to me yap. So, I'll let you all go. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. Let me know what your July TBR is, and let me know what books you finished in June, because I would love to hear it. That's all for today's episode. Be safe, be kind. Happy birthday if it's your birthday, and I'll see you all next video. Hey everyone, welcome back to Beside the Bookshelf. Today we're going to be doing our July reading wrap up. Oh my gosh, we read a lot of books this month. I would say this is probably one of my best months, considering the fact that I read no graphic novels this month, which is usually what helps me get so high in books. But I read no graphic novels this month. I did read a lot of art. I read a lot of art copies, and I feel like that kind of like pushed me more. But it's not telling me. I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I read 12 books this month. Well, yeah, I'm filming this July 31st. Yeah. But I did read one children's book, but in my defense, I was at the hairdresser and I was up next and I needed something to do. So, yeah. Okay, so right now, I did read, guys, I was so disappointed in Not in Love. I read Not in Love and I was so freaking disappointed. I just thought it would be better. I was just so sad when it wasn't that good. But I feel like we should, So, the first book that we read or finished in the month of July was Close Call, which is the Coastal Rival's second book. I read guys. This one is by Keith Stephens. And I said the book overall was pretty good. There were a few cringe moments, but used quotes and phrases, but sometimes adorable. This is like romance. This is like a way for me to escape reality and feel all fluffy and light. Conflicts, happy endings, etc. This is the perfect book for you to read. And I rated this one an overall over 4 stars. The next one that I read this month was Who Moved My Cheese by Kenneth Blanchard and Spencer Johnson. I rated it overall 4 stars. I said I like the story. It explains how change can be scary but also good. I like the story we had. It was cute and fun and easy to follow. Along with, I had to take off a star because I didn't like the end where the characters explain what they need to change, but I know what the whole point was for them to figure out why and how they could change. So it wasn't anything major or a surprise to me. Overall, I liked the book, but I feel like I didn't change too much. So yeah. Next up is Broken Pieces, which is an ARC copy. Wait a second. Is this? No. Model Behavior. Model Behavior was my first ever art copy. This is my second one that I've read. I gave this one 4 stars. I did enjoy this book. I feel there could have been things that were overused, such as phrases or sayings that got repetitive. Other than that, I actually really did enjoy this book. It was a pretty short review, pretty straightforward, get to the point. So then next up, I read. Dang, I was reading back to back. I just realized that. Like, I was reading back to back, y'all. The next thing I read was Murder Trending, #Murder Trending, by, oh wait, Broken Pieces is by Ian Kuros, by the way. But #Murder Trendings by Gretchen McNeil. I gave this book a 5 stars. 5-star rating. Oh my gosh, wait. Okay, so yeah, this does contain spoilers. 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to talk about how sad Ethan's death was. Okay, but just to be clear, he died smiling, right? So it shouldn't be sad, right? Because he was happy. Anyways, time to read #murder funding because who's our new postman? According to the book 2 synopsis, somehow one of our Paniacs are still alive. Anyways, Niles and D/Dolores. It makes more sense if yeah, why I gave her 2 names. Are my new favorite book couple, and they were extremely smart. I thought Griff died, not gonna lie. Amazing plan. I would tell you to read this book, but I'm pretty sure my review full of emotions and passion already explains how amazing this book is. Also, considering my 5-star review. So long story put not short, just go ahead and do us all a favor and read this amazing book. Actually, it's actually so I put understated, I meant underrated. It's actually so underrated to the point where this isn't funny. Tell Freeform, which is who published the book or whatever. I don't know if they published it because it says different publishing. People say it has a different publishing, but the cover and the spine literally show Freeform. So I'm gonna need Tell Freeform to go ahead and make the movie or show instead of just publishing the book. Would you? So yeah, I really enjoyed that book. If you guys could not tell, that one was a really good book. I enjoyed it. I feel like you guys should read the book. Next up, I read Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by 𝙎𝙤𝙘𝙞𝙤𝙀. Hope I'm saying that correctly. This one I gave 4 stars, and this is the review. Dang, who the heck? Okay, I enjoyed this book a lot. As someone who makes lists and a lot, and I let them control my day, it makes me think about a lot of the things that I do. We can't plan our futures, we should just live our lives. Joya makes such an amazing statement with this book. Now, as for the romance, it was amazing. Her and Quinn were such a cute couple. I'm glad they became clean to each other in the end and gained trust with each other at the end of the book. They are a non-toxic couple, and it's so cute. I may say that fighting that they had was toxic. No. Every relationship is gonna have fights. They're gonna have bickers. But they got through them, like, in the best way possible. There was no hitting people. There was no saying, I hate you. It was just, okay. And then they would walk away for the night, and they would talk it out whenever the other was ready. Whenever the other was ready. So no, they were not a toxic couple for anyone that did read it. Where did I leave it off? Love how this book talks about bullying, cyberbullying, blackmailing, parents fighting constantly, feeling pressured by your parents, racism, and pretending like everything is alright. I think for anyone that's looking for a cute young adult romance, this could be the book for you. I'd recommend this book to anyone looking for a cute no smut book. Because literally, that's exactly what it is. Then we have Read My Lips, which is the 3rd ever arc that I've ever read. I gave this one, this is by 𝙤𝙤𝙀𝙀. I gave this book 3 stars. I didn't really enjoy it too much. It was just like repetitive, it got boring, didn't make sense. There was a lot going on, got cringy, let's just read it. It was okay. I received an arc for this one and I was enjoying it at first, but then it got repetitive. Since I'm talking really loud. Like OBS right now is telling me that I'm talking extremely loud and they're telling me to quiet down. I'm kidding, but it shows me like the highest I've talked, which is like, you guys don't know. -5 is very high. Yeah. Gage ended up getting on my nerves and Jill seemed a bit full of herself, like really full of herself. Like, listen, let me get a sip of water real quick, wait. I don't mind any person, male, female, whatever you are, I don't mind I don't mind any person being confident in themselves, literally, but like, Jill literally was like, I'm the best, I'm better, like, he should want me because I'm all this and I'm all that, like, literally, she did things on purpose to annoy him, which annoys me. So she was just really full of herself, in my opinion. Didn't, not the way a grown adult should be acting. Let's just say that. Anyways, if you like starter romance with a lot of smut scenes, this is perfect for you. Although the smut scenes are so repetitive and there was nothing going on, some things I cringed at, but overall it was an okay book. I wouldn't say don't read it because everyone enjoys something different. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just me who did not enjoy this book. It just said I went to -4. I'm not that loud. I don't talk that loud. I feel like I am like screaming at the mic right now. Okay, next up is The Reality of It All by 𝙤𝙤𝙨𝙥𝙞𝙬𝙧𝙀, and I gave this book a 4 stars. This is my 4th ever ARC copy that I've read. So now I started putting these disclaimers on my ARC copy so people can separate my ARC copies versus just normal reviews. So I put this at some of my ARC reviews. Disclaimers. This is an ARC copy review. There are no biased opinions or statements. This entire review is how I feel about this book. Let's start with the fact that this is the first book what? Let's start. I said big. Because I was reading the next line before. I was reading the next line while I was speaking the previous line, and then the first word is I, so I replaced the 2 O's with 2 I's. We can ignore that. Let's start with the fact that this is the first book I finished by Allison since I began Comfort Zone. But I never found the mood to finish it because yes, I am reading Comfort Zone now. I continued it. I've been reading it for a minute now because literally I have not been in the mood to read Comfort Zone. I don't know why, but I've been reading it and I've been enjoying it so far. I'm like on chapter 8, I think. But okay, this book was enjoyable. I wouldn't consider it a slow burn since things started to get fast and the feelings they had for each other got more noticeable the more I read the book. I followed along pretty well and I've been on vacation since I started the book, so I didn't really read this book or any book at my normal pace, which usually is around a day or two. I usually finish books like each day, but I start them before then. But today I didn't because I was really busy today. Oh yeah, tomato, throw tomatoes at me, y'all. Anyways, but yeah, I was on vacation when I started this book, so I didn't get to read it at my normal pace. I'm gonna say that. So it took me like 5 days to read this. Not because it was boring, I just didn't have enough time. I was on vacation, I was exploring Texas. I was in Texas at the time, which the vlog is already up if you guys want to see how my Texas. It was a no talking vlog, it's all text. So it's just a nice little relaxing vlog you guys can watch. But if you guys want to see what I did in Texas, we did a lot of shopping. Even though we didn't buy anything, I was just trying stuff on, trying new bags and everything. We tried a lot of new foods. And we did a lot of things off camera, like we went to the pool, but obviously he's gonna vlog at the pool. And I did a lot of reading, but mainly was hashtag murder trending because I could not put that book down. Anyways, I wasn't reading my arcs or any books besides hashtag murder trending at my normal pace. Anyways. Cal and Eli were such a cute book couple, and while I still don't believe Eli's alibi, I'm not gonna lie when I say he's our ideal protective golden retriever boyfriend. Piper in the story, she's such a sweet and encouraging sister and gives Cal good advice. Overall, this book is a 4-star book because nothing is sticking with me. Like when I say this, like murder trending, I think about that book all the time. I think about how things could have gone different. Bride, I think about how things could go different. By the way, I'm saying Bride and murder trending for reference because those are my 2 favorite books right now. My top 2 favorite books right now. So it's like that's what I mean. Like if I'm giving a book 5 stars, I used to just give any book 5 stars if I thoroughly enjoyed it. But like now, I feel like if I'm giving a book 5 stars, I have to think about it for 5 minutes. Like I always sit there for 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes after I finish a book to see like, oh, is it like giving me an effect? Am I feeling upset? Am I feeling sad? Like Eleanor in Park, literally cried for like an hour to 2 minutes, which is why that one's a 5 star. Because I couldn't get over that, but I never will. But yeah, just like a book has to linger me for a long time. Like 5 to 10 minutes, I have to think about it for that 5 to 10 minutes the entire time. Like how things could have gone differently, why I enjoyed the book so much. Like all those aspects are exactly why I feel like 5 stars. So this one was a 4 star because I think it stuck with me for the 5. I kind of forgot a lot that happened, but thinking about it now, I am remembering every little detail of the book. But it's nothing like where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like my favorite book. It's something like this. No, it's just a nice, simple, cute romance. But let's get back to the read because, yeah. Where am I? Oh, I already finished it. What? So yeah. Next up we have And Then They Wed by Ria Iyer. I hope I'm saying her name right. Gave this book a 4 stars. Once again, did not stick with me way too much, but here's the review. Disclaimer, this is an art copy review. There are no biased opinions or statements. This entire review is how I feel about this book. Honestly, I enjoyed this book a lot. Addie and Ryan were such a cute couple. If anything, they're a power couple, and I see them still being married in love. And not more in love than the day they first met. But a delighted family. I love the intro, 2 fun slow burns, but this one I enjoyed. I love the build up between the 2 characters. This is mind you guys, I don't usually like 3rd-person books. If the book is turned in 3rd person, and there's like where it's like, hey, I'm the narrator. I'm gonna be a narrator for this book. No, it was literally like they were like It was third person. What is it called when it's like you can hear all the characters' thoughts at once? What is it, like third person omniscient? I know it's not third person, it's third person or something like that. I forgot what it's called. Told me, I forgot everything I learned. Anyways, but this is what this was. It was third person omniscient book, and I don't really go for too many third person books, but this one was pretty good. Head Banter, She Falls First type story. I adore it. I highly recommend this book. If you need an amazing, heartfelt book, then this is the one. I was screaming, giggling, and kicking my feet with joy from this here very book. A lot of annotating, but to be fair, I don't really do it too much anyway. I did do a lot of annotating to Model Behavior, Check and Mate, and Bride, but then again, I do a lot of annotating to all my Ellie Hazelwood books. But Model Behavior was a really good book. Like, I'm still thinking about that book. No joke. Oops, sorry, I got a hiccup. Where am I? But for me to be annotating in the first place is how you know the book was good. So go read Mariah Ear at this book. Yeah, because I don't annotate a lot of my books. So if I'm annotating and I'm like giggling, kicking my feet, and I'm annotating books, that's how you know the book was good in the first place. So yeah. So this is the children's book. The next one is called The Reflection in Me by Mark Caloga. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna butcher some poor person's name. Why did that sound like I'm calling someone poor? Y'all, I'm not calling anybody poor. I'm just saying I don't want to butcher somebody's name. Don't want to do that. That's really rude of me. But yeah. I read this in one sitting. Like, it took me like 5 minutes. I was sitting in the hair salon. I was bored. So I gave it 4 stars. I liked it. I found this book while sitting at the hairdresser and decided to pick it up because why not? I was bored and wanted to read something, and the cover was cute. Plus, I'm sitting here in the waiting area. My turn is next. I was writing this review while I was in the waiting area, but like I was mid-writing and I got called back to get my hair done. I was like, oh crap, I'm not done writing my review. I'm gonna rush through this next part, so if it sounds sloppy, that's why. Plus I'm sitting here in the waiting area and my turn is next, so I don't want to read a long story. So I thought a short book would cut it for me, and it did, so that's good. It felt cute and fun. While it's a children's book, I felt it could have had more, but it wasn't bad. Not something I constantly think about. I kind of forgot what it was as soon as I put it down, but overall it was pretty good. Oh my gosh! I don't know what that was. Love Not Qualified. This is my... I'm not keeping track of how many arcs I read, guys. I just read a lot of arcs. I rated this one 4 stars. This is by my Evie Hazel. If you guys know, I did read Papers Don't Lie. So for once, I'm actually reading books in order. Wait, I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder in order. So yeah. It's really not telling me where my volume is. Oh, never mind. It's a -5 again. I'm being too loud, guys. Okay. Why did it just... Disclaimers. Disclaimer, this isn't our copy review. There are no biased opinions or statements. This entire review is how I feel about this book. What is this scar? Okay. This is the second book in the Lavish Love series, and I will say this one has been written better. When I say written better, the sentences are structured, by the way, y'all. When I say written better, I mean it's the way the sentences are structured, how like the grammar, the quotation marks, the pauses, the dashes, the commas, all that stuff. It was written better than the first book, obviously, because Maeve Hazel has had time to expand her writing style and like to write. So yeah. But there were parts in the book where I laughed and said I didn't need to know that, specifically the epilogue, not the... I was going to say the prologue. The prologue is before, right? Y'all, I'm going crazy. I don't know if you guys can tell. Yeah. Overall, I love this book a lot, and I read this one way faster than I did the first book. I love how Helen stood her ground, and she didn't let anyone walk all over her. Her friend, though, Marielle got on my last nerve. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. While she was a good friend to Hay, she was an awful partner to David. I was so happy when we got to see Kai and Ray throughout the book. I love how I just switched topics so quickly, give no explanation behind that. But I can't really give too much because it's an arc and the book isn't out yet, so I can't like spoil anything. Anyways, Kai and Ray throughout the book multiple times. So yes, if you guys loved Kai and Ray, you guys do get to see them like really close to the beginning of the book, middle of the book, end of the book. Like you guys get to see them all throughout the book. But they're like not made. Like you see them like 3, 4, 5 times. Anyways, back to what I said. And right throughout the book multiple times, got to see she's still obsessed with her bows, by the way. I love the diversity in the book. While some things were pretty inaccurate, like speaking of like skin color, features, etc. I still enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed this book overall in general. This is a recommended read for me, especially if you're looking for a quick, light, and fluffy romance to get your mind off the real world. Next book I read was a disappointment. A very, very high disappointment. And I wish it could have been better. But this book was Not in Love by 𝙤𝙤𝙦𝙦. I don't know if you guys remember when I did my TBR for July, but I was so hyped up for this book. And I started it July 19th. And I didn't finish it till July 29th. And if you guys know me, if you guys watch my reviews often, you guys will know I finished books in like a snap of a finger. But I couldn't get into this one, and this one was so boring, and I was so sad. I was so disappointed. I thought it was gonna be really good. But yeah. I didn't like the writing style. Maybe that was it. It wasn't even the characters themselves, but at the same time, it kind of was. Honestly. As an alley, what did I just say? As an Alley Haywood? Like, what did I just say? As an Allie Hazelwood stan, that sounds more correct. I did not like this book as much as I hoped I would. As much as I hoped I would. This is probably her worst book. It was like a lot like Icebreaker. There was an actual plot there because if you guys remember what I put about Icebreaker, I said that I feel like there was no plot. This one felt like there was like a side plot, but the main plot was Icebreaker. It was Icebreaker themed. Hockey romance. Even though they both ice skates. I don't know what's going on here, guys. And if you know me, I disliked Icebreaker a lot. Why did I say like a lot? This book was a 2-star originally, but the ending bumped it up by this book. And Tisha, what did I lost track of where I was. Tisha could have gotten more screen time, and Florence got on my nerves. Like, she was so self-absorbed. Then she said she was trying to help. Help who? Yourself? Because definitely it was most definitely not Rue who you're trying to help. And I felt that way since the moment Florence was introduced. I already knew something was going to happen with Florence. Help who, Rue? You're not helping Rue. You broke your contract. You should be sued. Anyways. Back to what I was saying. Also, Rue's move, responses, and thoughts got extremely repetitive. She kept saying the latter. Ma'am! Like, Eli would ask her a question, and she'd just be like, the latter. Ma'am! I don't know. Are you trying to tell me yes, no, maybe so? It could have been yes or no questions. He could just be like, the latter. Is your mother dying? The latter. Do you like music? The latter. Do you read books? The latter. Do you like science? The latter. Like, ma'am, pick something else. Choose another word. It's okay. Your vocabulary can expand. That's, your vocabulary can expand. I think Allie was experimenting with another writing style. Not the biggest fan of it, so I hope it's not something she sticks to in Deep End. Formerly known as Wet. I think Wet would have been a better title, but Deep End. We'll stick with it. I pre-ordered my Deep End. What? I pre-ordered my Deep End copy with the straight edges on Amazon. I'm gonna get a normal copy when it comes out. I'm gonna get the Barnes & Noble edition because we always know Barnes & Noble got the normal stuff. I don't know where I'm going with this. But okay. I don't know how to describe it, and it's late, and I'm tired. And I finished this book at like 3 a.m. in the morning, and my brain was slowly dying because this book took away a lot of my brain cells. I'm just gonna say that right here, right now. I guess if you liked Icebreaker with Allie Hazelwood's writing, I guess this just wasn't for me. I don't know. And the last book that I read in the month of July was a 4-star by Molly Gollins, Despite It All. Disclaimer, this is an art copy review. There are no biased opinions or statements, and this entire review is how I feel about this book. I enjoyed this one a lot, and I will say Wila's Family, having all the girls' names starting with the letter... I meant to put W, but I finished this one at like 1 a.m. in the morning, so I put S. I'll have to fix that later, but not right now, because I'm not going to fix that right now. Anyways, W kind of threw me off because, like, all of her sisters used to come in and to be like, who is who? Who's the one having the baby? Who's the one that's not? Because I'm mad confused right now. Anyways, not in a bad way, it just got confusing to keep up with. Jess one of the best book fathers I've seen. Now, Stevie, she's an adorable little being. I'd babysit her if I could. I'd watch her favorite movie with her all day long, because, in my defense, I did watch the entire Tangled series. I watched the movie, and, was there live action? I don't think there was. If there was, then I didn't watch it, but still, that doesn't matter. And I used to listen to the bedtime stories of Rapunzel. So yeah, I'm not a Rapunzel stan, but I know a thing or two. I know a little any moment now, Your Highness. Believe me, I know. I sunk pretty low. Okay, why am I doing this? Why am I embarrassing myself online? That I'm disappointed in myself. I'm just gonna say that right here, right now. I'm just like waiting for this -5 to go away because it's saying that I'm being extremely loud, but it's like there's a dot at -5 because I keep going up there. It disappeared and then it regained it back again. I'm currently speaking at -15, which is like the normal average speaking level. Why do I keep going back to this speaking level? Y'all don't care how loud I'm speaking. I do care though. It's triggering me. It's triggering me. Matt did get on my nerves. From the second that man was introduced into the book, I knew something was wrong. I've hated him. I loved watching this family grow closer. This is my first time reading one of Molly's books, and let me just say, I love her writing style, the way she describes things and her characters. She's most definitely a talented author. You might just catch me reading another one of her books soon. Despite it all, it's an excellent book with what? 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 Despite it all, it's an excellent book and would make for the perfect family. I meant to put family book, but okay. Like, where was my brain at? Oh right, 1 in the morning. It was in the my brain was in the pillow that I laid on as soon as I wrote this review and made my blog post. What am I saying? Co-parenting single mother romance. It's so fluffy and cute. The ideal way to escape from reality. I would recommend this book to any fluffy romance lover. Definitely a must read. Y'all, we are officially. I also read Sidelined, and the only reason I was checking Fable was because Goodreads likes to mix and mungle all of my books, so it's really hard for me to find all the books that I read in one single month. And Fable does not have Sidelines by Kay Steffens on the app, so it doesn't show up there on Fable, but it shows up here on Goodreads. I've read 70 books. I need to find Sidelined. Okay, here we go, y'all. This is the last review. Okay. This book was a 3 stars. It's Sidelined by Kay Steffens. Second book that I read by her. It was nice, pretty enjoyable. They're one of those couples I don't see lasting in the future though. I don't know. The immediate dating, feel like this could have had better potential, but I'm not too sure. I say give this one a try and see what you think. I'm being so serious. This could have had potential to be a full-length book, but instead we got a novelette. And then there was barely progress. They immediately started dating. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. Come on now. Okay. That's all for today's video. Be safe, stay safe, because the world is crazy. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. Period. Trying to get back on my upload schedule. New videos every 4 days. Live streams weekly, maybe multiple times a week. We'll never know. And yeah, join the Discord server because we do a lot of interactive stuff there. You guys can photo new videos such as like vlogs and like reading things and like all that good stuff, all the nice and fun stuff. And then join the Fable Book Club so you guys can choose what book we all read together. This month we are reading Love and Olives because we've read the entire Love and Gelato series together. So Love and Olives shall be the final book in the series, and we're reading it this month, y'all. And I forgot to put that in my TBR video that's coming out soon, but y'all will see my TBR soon, y'all. Trust and believe y'all will see what books I'm reading this month. And I did not stick to my TBR. I don't know if you guys can tell. I read like 2 books from my TBR, right? Yeah, I read 2 books from my TBR. I didn't even read our Fable Book Club book last month. It happened one summer? Yeah. What book is that? Because I've never read that book. I didn't even turn the first page. I didn't even pick it up. I sat and brought it on my shelf after that TBR video, yo. I'm not joking. So I need to read that this month because summer literally ends this month. I don't go back. Oh, summer literally ends this month. So I need to read it this month along with all the rest of the books on my TBR, which y'all will see soon. I have a lot of books on my TBR. Hint, hint, I got me Powerless, the entire series. So we're going to see if I can finish it. And yeah, I will be doing a video on controversial reads, which is not on my TBR, y'all. So I'm only going to do it. Y'all are only going to get it this month if I can get through most of my TBR before, like, by the middle of the month. If I can get through most of my TBR by the middle of the month, then I'll do the reading controversial books. That, like, are unpopular. Like, they're half and half. Like, people are, like, stuck between them. So, like, Colleen Hoover books. I don't read Colleen Hoover books, but it's like everybody's talking about she's a good author, but then people are like, no, don't read her book, she's awful, she romanticizes abuse. So I think I'm gonna read Layla, because Layla's like her thriller book, right? There's no abuse in there, right? So I'm gonna read Layla. Because I don't know what the heck y'all thought this was. Um, yeah. Anyways, it might be Layla. I did buy me Light Lark, because people are saying that book is boring, but then some people are saying the book was interesting. And it's getting turned into a movie, so I want to make sure. Am I going to be watching this movie? Or am I going to be wishing this movie burnt down to the ground? What else? I think that's about it. I don't got anything else to tell y'all. Be safe. I love you guys so much. Happy birthday for your birthday. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and notification bell so you guys never ever miss a video. Because I post a lot of book content for videos. Wait, one video every 4 days. Multiple streams a week. Yeah, multiple streams a week, y'all. And daily YouTube shorts. Subscribe. Subscribe. Literally, it's free, and we're all about books here. Books and vlogs and food. We love food. Love. Like when I say love, I mean LOVE in capital letters with dots in between each letter. L period O period V period E period. And that's also how I feel about you guys. I love you guys so much. So I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye. I want you guys to know this video has no editing because it was finally, for once filming this, there were no mess ups. There was no long pauses, no silent treatments, none of that. Be proud of me, please. I worked very hard. Very hard. Bye.